Yeah, alrighty. So what an ironious turn of events that are happening, especially around what's happening with Jack Black right now. Because if you guys have been living under a rock for the past 24 hours or thereabouts, Jack Black is getting cancelled. And he's getting cancelled not because of something that he said, although a lot of reports are trying to make it like as if he's at fault, but it's the fault of his friend, Kyle Gass. Kyle Gass is the one who actually made the comments that is actually making the rounds on the interwebs right now. However, the way that they are portraying it, it is looking like as if Jack Black is culpable for this situation. Check this out. Breaking. Actor Jack Black went on stage with his band Tenacious D to express their disappointment on Donald Trump surviving his assassination attempt. And to me, personally, I've seen this video and I'm going to play this video and I'm going to let you guys come to your own conclusion. But I don't really think that Jack Black is at fault at this particular point in time, especially that he has given his response, which we will look at. But the irony of what is happening is this. For the past longest of times, we have seen that many people coming out of Hollywood, they lean a little bit left. And a particular monster was created by woke mobs who lean that same way a couple of years ago. And that particular monster or beast is called cancel culture. And because of that, it had emboldened people from the left to say whatever they wanted to say, to do whatever they wanted to do. However, if they are met with any form of dissent, they will try to cancel those people who dissent against them, people who make sense. It doesn't matter where you're from. As long as you make sense, they will try to cancel you. They try to cancel Dave Chappelle. He's not conservative. They've tried to cancel Bill Barr. They've tried to cancel Ricky Gervais. And even a strong liberal like Bill Maher, they try to cancel him as well because they were telling jokes or saying things that generally the woke mobs actually disagree with. Now we are seeing them. They did not try to cancel other people who were leaning the same side of themselves, doing crazy things or saying crazy things. Like, for instance, Kathy Griffith, who had that heinous photo of herself holding a bloodied head of Donald Trump. Why would you do that? Or a person like Snoop Doggy Dogg, who actually made a video that seemed to insinuate that he was going to shoot Mr. Trump as well. And also, we're talking about somebody like Madonna, who said that she wished she could blow up the White House simply because Orange Man bad. Now, all of these things, all of these people, they got away with it. However, it seems like the political cycle, the pendulum is starting to swing the other way. And some people haven't got the memo, like Kyle Gass, who went in a concert out here in Australia to say this.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Like, say what? Are you nuts? You're in a concert, man. This is one of the key things that I don't like about going to certain concerts with people who have certain political ideology or leaning. Now, not too long ago, I was actually at some kind of a club or a pub, and we had this young guy performing out here in Western Australia. He's an up-and-coming rising rapper, artist, singer, whatever you want to call it. And in the middle of his performance, he yelled out, "Free Palestine!" And I just freed myself out of there as fast as I possibly could. Because if shit hit the fan, by reason of what he just said out there, I do not want to be caught in the middle of it. I'm a regular person that just want to live a regular life and go out and enjoy myself, have fun, and not live in this politics every single where that I go. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like that. But when it comes to these people who have an insane mindset, these people who are NPCs, they only think about things from their own perspective. And what is happening, they thought they were shielded. They thought that, look, we are the owners of this. We are the owners of cancel culture. We could get away with it. However, pendulum swinging the other way. And funnily enough, it is the exact side who has become the people who speak against cancel culture that are now canceling these particular people. How ironious. I mean, seriously, look at the person that they are getting canceled by. Tenacious D Australia concert postponed after Trump's shooting joke as local politician calls for band to be deported. Now, this local politician himself has faced a few run-ins with so-called free speech as well. as he did something a couple of months back that the Australian government was frowning at, and we're asking him to stop doing it. We will get to that in a second. Senator Ralph Babbitt, leader of the United Australia Party, took to social media on Monday night to demand that Tenacious D be deported for their bad taste joke. Now, I don't think it was bad taste joke. I think it was a heinous joke. I think it was uncalled for. I think it was a ridiculous joke. I think it was repugnant joke. I mean, it was just awful, man. It shouldn't just be something you call a bad taste joke. It's not. When something literally happened, it almost happened, and then you come out and joke about it. That shows how deconscientized we have become. That shows how insensitive we have become. That shows how dehumanized that we have become, that we don't have any feelings whatsoever. And this is what people that have voice like this guy, or had the opportunity to actually do something good, this is the thing that he's using his platform to do. I don't really care. It's free speech. So I'm not calling for him to get canceled. However, people that you wouldn't expect are calling for him to get canceled. In a media release, Babbitt claims Glass comments were not a joke. I agree with that. It's not a joke. This is not the time to be making that kind of joke. And he called on Australian Immigration Minister Andrew Giles to revoke their visas. Babbitt added, anything less than a deportation is an endorsement of the shooting and the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Now, this is coming from the same guy who posted something. He posted a video about an Assyrian pastor a couple of months ago, I think in February, who was attacked by an Islamic extremist, right? And he posted the video of the incident happening because it was caught on camera, because the Assyrian pastor was live streaming, and the Australian government told him to take it down. Now, the reason why they're telling him to take it down is because they have their politics that they're pushing. They do not want to show that a victim can become an oppressor or an aggressor or an antagonist, right? It doesn't follow their so-called politics. So they wanted him to take it down because there are more heinous things on Twitter that are being left up here in, Australia, but they're not complaining about that. But this particular one, no, they're complaining about it. But he stood up to them. Now, Babbitt had previously decried censorship. In February, the senator was in the middle of a political firestorm in Australia for resharing graphic clips from a stabbing incident, which the Australian government had ordered X, formerly Twitter, to take down due to the violence and the distressing nature of the footage. But good old Elon Musk said, no, I'm a free speech absolutist. I ain't gonna take nothing down. Now, I think he took it down in Australia, but he didn't take it down in the rest of the world. Hence why the news has circulated. It is the internet, baby. So whatever is up there is ubiquitous. You might take it down on Twitter, but people will find it either in the dark webs. They'll find it somewhere. They will find it somewhere. So I don't see why they are trying to stop this. And I also don't see why they are trying to send this person back. Now, when it comes to Jack Black himself, Jack Black has responded. And I think that we need to pay him some attention and actually see what he's responding to, because he's being defamed right now and he's getting a taste of what other people from the other side have gotten, as people are defaming him and claiming that he planned it all along. So this is what he had to say. I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form, which means he's telling you that what you've just done, Mr. Kyle Gass, is political violence and it is hate speech, and he would never condone it, regardless of the fact that he's riding with Biden. And this is what I want people to see, that you don't, or you should not, buy into just hating somebody because of their political alliance. You don't know why they support certain political alliances. That goes for both sides, because the people that we look up to and we think that, yes, these people are kind of like gods on the planet. I mean, the freedom absolutists like Ben Shapiro recently, we've seen what he's done with Candace Owens. As soon as Candace Owens disagreed with him, he went the exact thing that the leftist people usually do, which is they try to cancel you and they try to defame you so that you remain silent. They try to silence dissent. And that's what happened with Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. They're trying to defame her. They're trying to investigate her. They're trying to find any dirt they could find on her so that they can use that to silence her. Now, Jack Black goes on to say, after much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour because you have been cancelled, baby, and all future creative plans are on hold. Now, maybe the Australian government has told him that, look, you can't go forward with this, man. A particular party that is a little bit prominent is saying, hey, we want you deported. And the best way you can save face is probably to come out and say, you denounce this thing or whatever. That could be a theory. It's not, it could all be alleged. I don't know. But that's just a little bit part of what I'm guessing. But at the same time, I kind of like believe him. He goes on to say, I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. And the reason why I believe Jack Black, and I don't think Jack Black would have had this plan, is because if we take a look at that video again, he was stunned. He was really stunned. Let's take a look. Let's check it out again.
Don't miss Trump next time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it took him about 5 seconds to actually respond, and he was stood in one position for about 4 of those seconds. That's like the pose of a man who's stunned, like, what the flying, like, seriously, dude. Now, I know Kyle Grass is 64 years old. Now, you get to a certain age, you start blabbing out nonsense from your mouth. We've seen people like Whoopi Goldberg say the most stupidest things of all time. But that stupidest thing that this guy has said, he might have thought he would be able to get away with it, but it is not so. Now, the reason why I'm saying this about the whole story, or my takeaway from this, is this. Jack Black is somebody that has put smiles on a lot of people's faces over the years. To me, Jack Black, simply because of his politics, does not make him a bad guy. And I'm seeing him get defamed right before our eyes, and I don't think that it is fair. I don't think Jack Black deserves the kind of defame that he's getting, because that would mean that the people who are supposed to be the good guys are doing the exact same thing over the years that they have been claiming that the other side has been doing. And that's just not right. I want to implore us to actually start looking as people, or looking at people as people, rather than judging people by their political biases, because then that would not make us any different from the woke mob that try to cancel us or dehumanize us, call us sexist, racist, and bigot, pretty much like they are doing from Hollywood, who has also adopted that particular beast and is trying to use it to silence audience dissent. It'll make us no difference. So at the end of the day, if we continue to do that, I feel like we would lose the ability to have empathy towards a certain people because of their political biases. That would make us turn into the exact same thing that we are claiming to fight against. The bigotry, the sexism, or the sexist, or the racist or racism that we are claiming that we are trying to fight against. That would turn us into those exact same people. So at this point in time, I want to say I believe Jack Black was blindsided, but you may not. I may be wrong. But down time for justice with mercy. Do your own research before you jump into conclusion. And yeah, that would help us keep our humanity, because if we lose our humanity, these elites will be having a ball. But who's going to suffer from it? It's regular people like you and I.